So today we're going to make some different papers and we'll use some of them for tomorrow's project. So there's 3 different ways that are really easy for kids to decorate paper, and you can use food coloring or any paints that you have. We just used some tempera poster paint I had today. So the first one is probably the cleanest one if you don't like getting messy. So if you have shaving cream in your house, I'm running out, so I'm going to see if I can get enough to show you. Spray some shaving cream on a tray about the size of your paper. Take some kind of stick, a craft stick, a ruler works, anything. It's pretty easy to clean. You can flatten it out to start with. Then just take a few drops of food coloring, put it on top of the shaving cream. You can mix colors. I'm just going to do one to try to make it quicker. Then you could take, I'm just using a pencil or a stick and just kind of swirl it around, or you could smooth it out however you want. Okay. Then you get, we're just using printer paper. Take your paper, you can do full sheets. We did full sheets. I just, like I said, I'm running out of shaving cream, so I'm just going to do a small piece. Just barely touch it and then pick it up. And then you take a stick, another kind of craft stick, or I was using a piece of cardboard, and you just kind of scrape the shaving cream off your paper. And there's your design, and then you let it dry. And my kids made a bunch today. These are the ones they made. They just liked using the same one over and over, and we did large because we're going to put these into books tomorrow. So you can see at the beginning, the first few were a lot more like the one I just did. And then they started using their hands and kind of getting more messy and swirling it and adding color. And they dry really quickly, which is really nice. So that's the first paper we made. The second one we made was with bubble wrap. And so you can use either side of the bubble wrap, the flat side if you don't really want as many bubbles showing, or the bubble side. And they just took some tempera paint and painted their shapes on the bubble wrap, and then you just turn it over and print it on your paper. So here's what my 7-year-old did, and then some other ones. So it's just to decorate the paper. We only used a few colors. Here's one that I did. You can kind of scratch on the plastic too, and these are the different sides of the bubble wrap. And then the third paper we made is a little bit messier than that. And so what you do is you take a piece of string. You can even use, we did a little bit with ribbon. It didn't work quite as well, but the yarn is the best if you have yarn. And you just dip it in your palette in a little puddle of paint. You pull it out, take your paper and fold it in half first, then open it up. So this would be a white sheet of paper. You take your yarn, put it down, lay it down on your paper however you want, close the paper, and pull the yarn while you're holding your hand on the paper. So my 4-year-old, that yarn was still a little wet. So you can see the different patterns. Here's one that I did that you can really see the pattern. So you just, here's the other side because this was a larger piece of paper. So it was folded in half. You just place the string, hold the paper, your hand, not super hard, but hard enough to kind of make a little pattern, and then you pull the string out. And then we have 3 different types of decorative paper that we can use to make notebooks. We could cut to make crafts. Here's one other thing I forgot to show you. If you have older kids that are doing this and they want to be a little bit more creative and you have some art supplies, I have an old stencil someplace. Where did I put the stencil? Oh, it fell on the floor, sorry. I have an old one of my grandmother's stencils. So what I did is I put the stencil on top of the shaving cream, and you don't push down. You just kind of set it there. Then you take your paper, put it down on the stencil, rub real lightly, pick it up, and then you've got your little stencil there, and you could take, if you want to be really neat, you can kind of follow the pattern and pick up the shaving cream. You could kind of take your time, and that won't smear it, or if you're like, so that will keep your pattern there. Or you could take the craft stick and just swipe it over, and it pulls some of the color over with it, but you get the pattern on the paper. So those are 3 different types of papers that you can do. All you need is some food coloring, some shaving cream if you have it, some kind of string or yarn works best, I find. A paintbrush if you want to use it for the back of the bubble wrap. But if you do the bubble wrap, the kids tend to get really messy if they're younger. My daughter had paint up to here. If you look at some of the pictures I posted, she was covered with paint by the end of it. So it just depends on your kid and what you allow. But yeah, hope you're having fun, and hope you're staying sane, staying home with your kids, and enjoying your time with them. Bye.